Being empty nesters, I think, can be a difficult transition at first, because I guess it can vary from case to case. If you only have one kid, um, then it's like there's only one person in your house for maybe 18, 20 years. Um, so you become empty nesters depending on when you had your kid, probably at a younger age, somewhere between 40 and 50. But if you're like my family, my parents won't be empty nesters until they're in their 60s almost, which is just crazy, but also just like that's going to be a big transition and a difficult transition, I feel, for them, just because you go from having people to take care of that, you help them out with their homework, you take them to their games, and you have stuff to do to take care of your kids. But once they're gone from your house, yes, you still want to take care of your kids and do everything you can to help them out, but you're going to have a lot more free time because you're not there physically taking care of your kids. Um, so I think it can be a hard time mentally and emotionally just trying to find things to do to manage your time. Um, but also just like a feeling of loneliness because your kids aren't there anymore. And I think that can be just a weird transition for parents. Again, I think it varies from family to family. I, I would assume that families with more kids struggle with it more just because they've taken care of kids for longer, but also they just have more people that they've taken care of. And then people with families with maybe one or two kids make that transition easier just because they they weren't in that raising period for as long. Um, but for as much as it's a hard transition, it's also a good opportunity to learn new skills. Maybe even like achieve life goals and bucket lists. Because at that point, like if you are in your 60s, late 50s, by then you could also just be retired. And then not only do you not have kids to take care of, but you're not working because you retired. So just finding activities and um, things to do um, is, I think, key to maintaining that emotional well-being. But it's also a good opportunity for you to strengthen your relationship with your partner because you are going to have more time to be together. And to just do what you want together. You don't get that much as much time when you have kids and when you both or one of you has a job. So you're just busy and you have time. You don't have all the time in the world, but once you hit that point where you're empty nesters and retired, like got plenty of time to do things with each other. But I think it's also important to note that once you are an empty nesters, that doesn't mean your job as parenting is done. It's still important to look after your kids and just help them in ways that you can. That might not be in a physical way, and but it might just be like an emotional way. You're just talking with them, um, helping them understand the things they're going through. I think that's a good place to start and a good way to keep your relationship with your kids and keep them healthy. And then with just strengthening your relationship with your partner, just spending more time with them, doing things together, achieving life goals together. Like it's a way to maintain your healthy relationship and further strengthen it too, so that you can maintain a happy and good life throughout your later years as things do become more difficult and your body starts to degrade and there's just more time to do things. It's good to have someone always there to support you, and having that partner and strengthening that relationship with that partner is also a good key.